It's a blast from the past in Tampa Bay as the city celebrates Creamsicle Day.
Yeah,
I think we wore the wrong color today.
I don't know if I have creamsicle.
Creamsicle?
I'd have to really
We'll put it on the list.
Put it on the list, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers bringing back their iconic 1970s uniforms, and fans could not be even more excited. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Volturo joins us live from outside Ray J in Tampa, where the city is planning a big celebration for Creamsicle Day. Nick?
Looks ready to go.
Jameson, Caitlin, and yes, this right here is a touchdown for nostalgia. The Buccaneers are rewinding back to the 70s with this Creamsicle classic uniforms. And this goes back to the days when the Bucs were the bad news Bucs, and they struggled through many losing seasons in these bright orange jerseys. But fast forward right now to 2024, and fans are optimistic once again for this Creamsicle craze. Now, in fact, the Bucs set an NFL record with a 26-game losing streak from their inception in 1976. But now even the Florida Heat can't melt this Creamsicle craze. And with Baker Mayfield locked up long-term, the Bucs are looking for more sweet success after winning the NFC South last year. Now, over at Heads and Tails in Tampa, the bright orange merch is a top seller for fans. But it's also a coin toss of emotions. On one side, the staff reflects on tough times, but on the other, it's a celebration of team history and the potential of another division crown.
People love a winner, and we've gotten a little taste of that. We certainly had that recently when Tom Brady was here, and we've had our other Super Bowl championship, and this city is hungry for another one, and we'd love to get it turned around, and if we could do it and hopefully get some wins in that retro jersey, we would love it.
Now, Amateur Works is hosting a big celebration tonight to go retro. They are going to be having free roller skating starting at 6 o'clock, along with exclusive merchandise, and it's all going to be capped off with a big fireworks show at 8 o'clock tonight.
Hey, Nick, it was pretty unexpected, the run the Bucs went on last season, and we think back to the days of, like, Vinny Testaverde. Are the fans getting any flashbacks going back to this retro? Hopefully it's not PTSD from that 26-game losing streak back in the day.
And Jameson, and that's a great point. And we all know you need a great quarterback to win in this league. And now let's go back through Bucs history, right? It started out with the old ball coach Steve Spurrier at quarterback. Then they brought in Doug Williams, who was a fixture here, didn't work out very well, went to Washington, ended up winning the Super Bowl as the first black quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. Then we went through some lean years with Steve DeBerg and Steve Young. Steve Young didn't pan out, 2 losing seasons, went to San Francisco, wound up winning a Super Bowl and becoming a Hall of Fame quarterback. Then the Bucs drafted, like you mentioned, Vinny Testaverde, and that also did not pan out. That ushered in the Trent Dilfer era and Sean King. Then they brought in Brad Johnson, who helped lead the Bucs with that dominant defense to their first ever Lombardi championship. Then it was back to the same old thing. They drafted Josh Freeman in the first round out of Kansas State. Didn't work out, and then went on to get Jameis Winston. He didn't work out. Tom Brady came in. As you know, the GOAT brought the Bucs another Super Bowl title, taking them to the playoffs, and now they got that Mayfield magic, locking up Baker Mayfield for the long term, and the fans once again are optimistic for this team to come back to playoff prominence. For now, reporting live in Tampa, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay.
Should we take a lap? Turning back the clock with Creamsicle Day, the Buccaneers donning their classic 1970s uniforms, and fans are loving it.
Yeah, the Bucs wore the iconic orange and white uniforms for the first time in more than a decade during last season. They wore it against the Detroit Lions as that first game there that they got to break those old ones back out again, break them out of mothballs. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Volturo joins us live from outside Raymond James in Tampa, where the city today is planning a big celebration for Creamsicle Day. Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. Jameson, Caitlin, good morning. And you can see we got all the swag here as I'm here at Ray J, where we are ready to relive those glory days. And although those glory days on the field weren't very good, this truly is a goal line stand for nostalgia as the Bucs are getting ready to bring back these iconic creamsicle uniforms from the 1970s. They were known as the Bad News Bucs during that era. The team went 0-14 in their inaugural season and didn't even win a game until their 27th attempt. But today, fans are celebrating the return of these retro jerseys with open arms. From the young to the young at heart, everyone is getting in on the creamsicle craze, and after a playoff run last season and Baker Mayfield locked up long-term, fans are blitzing with optimism into the season.
It is exciting, especially, after winning the NFC South and continuing to be, bring on top talent. It really is exciting. I mean, and, the whole stadium, I've been there before, the whole stadium just in orange and then the red background. It really gets everybody pumped, that one game. So looking forward to it versus the Falcons at the end of October.
And you heard them, big matchup, NFC South matchup against the Falcons on October 27th. Now, speaking of big, Amateur Works planning a big celebration. They're ready to go retro tonight, 6 o'clock. They got free roller skating. They're going to have exclusive Bucs merchandise for sale. And of course, they are going to be capping it off with a massive fireworks celebration.
Yeah, Nick, for the big creamsicle game, the Bucs are going to be seeing that familiar face, new Falcons coach and former head coach of the Bucs, Raheem Morris. And I'm just learning he's familiar with a proper deli sandwich.
That is right, Caitlin, because Raheem Morris is from my alma mater at Hofstra University and also your hometown of Long Island, and he was here with Tony Dungy along with Mike Tomlin and Monty Kiffin as they were the architects of that very famous Tampa 2 defense. When he became the head coach, it wasn't a very successful run. But now he's back, he's with Atlanta, and he's got some nice weapons. He's got Kirk Cousins. They just drafted Michael Penix out of Washington, who's right here from the Tampa Bay area. They got Bijan Robinson. They got Drake London. So he does have a lot of weapons for this big matchup. And while fans are wishing the old Bucs coach well, they are hoping he loses at least 2 games this season, and both, of course, division matchups against the Bucs. For now, reporting live at Ray J, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bet.